Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap. As you would be knowing that NPS Grade A and Grade B examinations are around the corner, and in order to boost your preparation, we are bringing this detailed 100-hour study plan you. What does this plan include? It will talk about that how many hours you need to study every day, how can you revise the different components of the examination. Apart from that, the number of hours you need to spend in order to give priority to the mock test. We are going to talk about all these things very soon, but before that, here's a small announcement for you that EduTap is providing a free course. What does this free course include? Let me just show you. So this free course is going to include different type of components. For example, it will include the strategy and sources for NPS grade A and grade B. It will also include the videos with respect to different type of topics and some free content material, also the sample content material, I would say. And this will also help you to know that what in at the actual level the EduTap full course is providing. Fine, so it will give you a clarity regarding that. So if this is clear to you, now let us begin with our study plan in order to enhance your preparation. So let us see that what this study plan talks about. So firstly, we will talk about phase 1. After that, we will go through the phase 2. You know that the phase 1 includes different type of components. For example, the English, the reasoning, the commerce, accountancy, management, all these type of topics, then the quants and the general awareness. Now let us see how we can study these topics in an optimized manner using the number of hours. So please, Kritika ma'am, brief students regarding the same.
All how many daily hours you should be investing to get a good chance in clearing the examination. Okay, so at least 4 to 5 hours. Okay, at least 5 hours or 4 to 5 hours you should be investing on the daily basis to clear this examination, as the exam is just around the corner. Okay, now you have to put a lot of hard work. Now coming to the sections, so there are different sections. You can see 120 questions in the phase 1 and only 90 minutes. So you have to do 120 questions in 90 minutes. That means for each question you will be getting less than a minute. How are you going to answer the questions in such a fast manner? For that you have to analyze the MCQs. You have to practice a lot of MCQs, analyze that where you are making the mistake, how you are solving the question, in what time. So let me just give you a brief idea that English and GA, these are direct questions. Here there is no calculation that is required. There is no puzzles that are there, right? So simple statements you have to read, simple questions you have to read, and you have to answer them in a very fast manner. Okay, so let's say that you are only giving 30 seconds for each question in the English and GA. You know the answer, correct, like mark it. If you do not know the answer, just go forward. Okay, you do not have any time to waste. So English and GA use less time because here there is no calculation, and the rest of the time you have to use for your reason, quant, and the different subjects in the component. Okay, so practice. Now coming to the point that you have to practice a lot of MCQs. So starting with your time that you should be giving in English for your revision, for your preparation. Okay, so here we have given 5 hours. Now let me just give you a very important disclaimer that if you are starting the preparation right now, then this study plan is not for you, because the notification, when if you had started your preparation when the notification came out, so now you are in a good position to give the MCQs, to do the MCQs, to give their mock test. Okay, so remember that this study plan is for those who have already started their preparation, who have already completed many of the concepts from their syllabus. Okay, so 5 hours, here we have given 5 hours for the English component. Now in this 5 hours you can understand that there are 300 minutes. 300 minutes. Let's say you are using 200 minutes to answer the questions or to do the MCQs. That means you should be solving nearly 400 MCQs, or at least 350 to 400 MCQs you should be solving. So through these 350 to 400 MCQs, you can understand that many of your concepts will get revised, as well as you will also get, now this 100 minute, why I have led this 100 minute, this is for your analysis, that where you are doing the mistake, why you are giving some of the questions, like why you are giving the answer of some of the question wrongly. You can analyze your mistakes, you can know that which concepts you are not very good at, and you can improve on that. Okay, so this is the idea, that these 5 hours are for your MCQ preparation and for your analysis. Going forward, similarly we have given 7 hours, so you have nearly 420 minutes. So use some of this time for your MCQ preparation, so at least solve 300 to 350 questions, and then use the rest of the time to analyze the mistakes that you are doing, or to do the questions, like try to do more and more questions in the faster manner, not more than 1 minute. Like for reasoning, give 40 seconds, 50 seconds to a question. Okay, not more than a minute. You do not have the leverage or the flexibility to give more than 1 minute to a question. Okay, so see that where you are doing the mistake, which questions you are solving slowly, so that means you will have to leave it in the examination. Okay, so MCQs and analysis, they are very important in your English, reasoning. Similarly in quant also, you have to practice a lot of MCQs. 350 to 400 MCQs you have to practice, and you have to analyze your mistakes also. Okay, now coming to GA. In GA, 5 hours are given to you. So in this you have to revise the previous coverage that you have done of the previous months of January. Whatever coverage you have done of January, you have to revise that. So for the revision of the previous months, you have to, like, the 5 hours are allocated to you. Remember that these 5 hours, you do not have to invest these 5 hours in a single day, or you do not have to invest these 7 hours in a single day. These 5 hours you can invest 1 hour on the daily basis. These 7, like quant, maybe you are doing 1 hour on the daily basis. So the leverage or the flexibility is given to you, that we have allocated these hours so that you have a focused preparation, that you are able to cover all the subjects. But at the same time, remember that the flexibility is given to you, that on how many days you are investing this 7 hours for quant or 6 hours for reasoning. On a single day you are doing quant completely, or you are like 3 hours today, 3 hours tomorrow, 1 hour today, 1 hour tomorrow for quant, for reasoning. And okay, so mix and match you can do, that is under your term. Okay, so now revision. GA, 5 hours, revise, solve the MCQs, the first week of Feb and the second week of Feb, whatever current affairs are important from the first part or first half of the February. So you have to do that general awareness also. Okay, so 5 hours are given. You can, like, if you have good level of preparation for reasoning and quant, so you can give more time to G. Now let me invite Jaskaran sir to discuss about the mock.
Yes. So now, as ma'am has discussed in a detailed manner that how you can prepare for phase one, but the preparation is not enough if you're not giving attempt to this mock test. Fine. So our suggestion is that please try to give at least 5 mock tests, and in 5 mock tests के लिए आपको 7.5 घंटे invest करने हैं. 7.5 घंटे against. You don't have to invest all this time in a single day, because एक mock test होता है 90 minutes का, and you have to do it efficiently. So what you can do, basically you can do it on alternative days. तो मंडे को कर लिया, फिर वेडनेसडे को कर लो, या फिर थर्सडे को कर लो. तो इस तरह गैप्स दे देके मॉक टेस्ट पेपर सॉल्व करो, ताकि ग्रेजुअली आप इंप्रूवमेंट ला सको अपनी प्रिपरेशन में. फाइन. सो दैट इज द आइडिया. After that, what we have the phase 2, which we know that if you talk about the paper 1 of phase 2, it is purely descriptive in nature. If you talk about paper 2, it has MCQs on various type of subjects, and both the papers are going to carry equal marks. फाइन. डिस्क्रिप्टिव पेपर में आपको 1 घंटा मिलेगा, तो आंसर राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस नहीं छोड़ सकते. फाइन, वो सब तो आपको साइड बाय साइड करनी है. वो हमने टाइम टेबल में इसलिए नहीं डाली आंसर राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस, बिकॉज एट एनी कॉस्ट यू हैव टू डू इट. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, यू विल बी गिविंग द मॉक टेस्ट पेपर ऑल्सो. तो वहां पर भी आपकी आंसर राइटिंग, वो सारी स्किल्स टेस्ट हो जाएंगी, दैट वे यू स्टैंड. So moving on to the phase 2 subjects. So the first component is the English and General Studies. For this we have dedicated 5.5 hours. अब किसी किसी को ये 5.5 घंटे बहुत कम लग रहे होंगे कि सर 5.5 घंटे में इतना सब कुछ ये सर रिवाइज करना. सो अगेन, एज द मैम सेड, कि ये उन स्टूडेंट्स के लिए नहीं है जो अभी अपनी प्रिपरेशन जस्ट डे 1 से स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं. ये उन स्टूडेंट्स के लिए है जो प्रिपरेशन एक लेवल तक लेके जा चुके हैं, और अब उन्हें अपना कंटेंट रिवाइज करना है. दे हैव टू जस्ट बूस्ट देयर प्रिपरेशन. सो आई थिंक 5.5 आवर्स शुड बी सफिशिएंट. एंड ऑफ कोर्स आप इसे ऑप्टिमाइज कर सकते हैं. क्या पता आप क्वांट्स में स्ट्रांग है, तो वहाँ कम टाइम दे दिया, यहाँ ज़्यादा दे दिया, तो ऊपर नीचे तो ऑफ कोर्स चलता है, बिकॉज एज आई ऑलवेज से एवरी पर्सन हैज अ डिफरेंट स्ट्रेंथ एंड वीकनेस, एंड बेस्ड ऑन दैट ओनली यू शुड ऑप्टिमाइज योर स्ट्रैटेजी. बट दिस इज द मोस्ट फंडामेंटल और बेसिक स्ट्रैटेजी. फाइन. So I hope it is clear to you. So this is the syllabus, a vast syllabus. So invest your time wisely. Do invest time in essays, topic comprehension, preface, letter. So all these things should be addressed as a part of this English and General Studies. After that, we have commerce and accountancy, which is a part of your paper 2. So over here we have dedicated 8 hours. So again, 8 hours you have to spend for revising all these topics. किसी किसी के लिए topics new भी होंगे, तो आप उसी वे में आप अपनी प्रिपरेशन कीजिए. इसको जो अगर ये आपकी वीकनेस है तो ट्राई टू डेडिकेट मोर नंबर ऑफ आवर्स आल्सो, बट आई वुड से 8 hours will be sufficient fine for this portion. And apart from that, we have the MCQs also, because your preparation is incomplete without MCQs and multiple revisions. So if you have completed almost 80% of the syllabus also, तो वो भी एक अच्छी बात है, आप उसे मल्टीपल टाइम रिवाइज कीजिए और जो बचा हुआ कंपोनेंट है उसे भी धीरे धीरे खत्म कर लीजिए. फाइन. नाउ मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट पार्ट. द नेक्स्ट पार्ट इज मैनेजमेंट. मैनेजमेंट एक ऐसा पोर्शन है, मैं बोलूंगा कि बहुत ही ज़्यादा थ्योरेटिकल है, एंड स्पेशली दो स्टूडेंट्स हु हैव बीन प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर आरबीआई एंड सिविल टाइप एग्जाम्स, दिस पोर्शन इज वेरी मच ओवरलैपिंग. तो यहाँ पर उन स्टूडेंट्स का एफर्ट तो बहुत ज़्यादा बच जाएगा. लेकिन जो कैटेगरी बी के स्टूडेंट है, जिन्हें मैंने बहुत बार पहले भी सजेस्ट किया था, जो हमने प्रीवियस वीडियोस निकाली हैं, that start preparing management fine on priority. Why? Because once you are done with management, the questions that are asked in the management subject are very much straightforward. तो आपको ये करना है, इस पॉइंट पे आपको इन 7 घंटे को यूज करके जितना मर्जी रिवाइज आप कर सको, बस उसे करते जाओ. थ्योरी आपकी खत्म हो चुकी है, कुछ उससे ज्यादा एप्लीकेशन पार्ट है नहीं, न्यूमेरिकल्स है नहीं, तो क्यों आप इस सब्जेक्ट को आई मीन एक लाइट मैनर में लें. सो प्लीज ट्राई टू डू रिविजन एज मच एज यू कैन एंड टेक द फुल एडवांटेज ऑफ दिस, आई वुड से, द थ्योरेटिकल सब्जेक्ट. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, ये तो अब मुझे बताने की शायद जरूरत भी नहीं है कि एमसीक्यू रिवीजन कितने इंपॉर्टेंट है. नाउ लेट अस मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट पार्ट, द फाइनेंस. सेम रूल फॉर फाइनेंस ऑल्सो, that if you are somebody who has been preparing for RBI SEBI type examinations, so this would be again an advantageous factor for you. So dedicate your time accordingly. And those students who have prepared finance, I mean before we have uploaded this video, up till now, if you have prepared your finance, so in these 8 hours you should try to revise it as much as you can. फाइन. तो 8 घंटे सफिशिएंट हो गए. 100 घंटे में से 8 घंटे डेडिकेट करो. अब 8 घंटे का ये मतलब नहीं है कि एक दिन में 8 घंटे दे दिए. 8 घंटे का मतलब ये है कि कभी 1 घंटा पढ़ा, फाइन, कभी 2 घंटा पढ़ लिया, फिर रिवाइज किया, फिर 1 घंटा और दे दिया अगले दिन. फाइन. सो बेस्ड ऑन दैट यू कैन ब्रेक डाउन दिस 8 hours एंड यू कैन ऑप्टिमाइज द प्रिपरेशन. After that we have the economics part, but before that these are the MCQ in the revision. ये तो अब मैं बता भी नहीं रहा हूँ क्योंकि इतना ऑब्वियस हो चुका है, ठीक है, क्योंकि आप समझ चुके होंगे कि इसके बिना आपकी रिवीजन इनकम्प्लीट है. नाउ द इकोनॉमिक्स पार्ट. सो कृतिका मैम प्लीज ज्वाइन इट. ओके, इकोनॉमिक्स नहीं है, हमारे पास डेटा एनालिटिक्स है, so you have to wait for Kritika ma'am. So regarding data analytics, I know that this portion would be challenging for most of you. तो इसके लिए मैं आपको एक सजेशन दे सकता हूँ कि इसमें ज़्यादा डेप्थ में मत जाओ, स्पेशली अगर आप इस पोर्शन को अभी स्टार्ट करने वाले हो. तो आप क्या कर सकते हो, इस पोर्शन में कम से कम बेसिक चीज़ें पढ़ लो. डू द लिमिटेड प्रिपरेशन फॉर दिस, आई वुड से दिस पोर्शन. क्यों कि इससे क्या फायदा होगा, बिकॉज अगर एक स्टूडेंट है जिसने इस पोर्शन को पूरा इग्नोर कर दिया है और पर्सन बी है जिसने एटलीस्ट बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग कर लिया है हर सब्जेक्ट को, की अच्छी जानकारी ले ली है, और एग्जाम में मान लो इजी क्वेश्चन आ जाए, तो वो एटलीस्ट 2-3 क्वेश्चन तो निकाल ही लेगा और ही विल गेट अ कॉम्पिटेटिव एज एज कंपेयर टू दिस पर्सन ए. सो इसलिए कोशिश करो कि लिमिटेड मैनर में हर टॉपिक को कर लो ताकि आपको कॉम्पिटेटिव एज मिल सके एग्जामिनेशन में. Moving onwards, the next part is basically Companies Act. This is very much factual in nature, so you just have to revise and revise. बहुत theoretical है, ज़्यादा समझने वाला है नहीं. आपको laws पढ़ने हैं, you have to get through the Indian Trust Act, also sort of things. So we have dedicated 5.5 hours for this portion. Fine. So apart from that, yes, the MCQs and revision, no doubt, you have to focus on that also. तो अब आ गया economics. So Kritika ma'am, please address the economics portion.
So here in economics, see, the whole syllabus is composed of your theories, as well as there are concepts that consist of numericals. So here I will say 9 hours are given to you. So you have to, in this 9 hours, you have to revise your theories, you have to do, or you have to solve a lot of MCQs. Because in economics, the MCQs, like if you are reading a line, it becomes very complicated that what the question is trying to ask you. Okay, so sometimes the question can be very complicated. So more MCQs you solve, the more you will become habitual of understanding the language of the question. So solve a lot of MCQs, 200, 300 MCQs of economics you should be solving, so that the theories you are able to answer in a very quick manner, and the numericals also you are able to solve in a very quick manner, because the numericals will be very easy. Numericals will be directly from your formulas. So if you are doing many of the questions or many of the MCQs, you will be able to answer the numericals and the questions in a faster and easier manner. Okay, so I hope that you have completed, or you have covered most of the part of economics syllabus. So now MCQs and revision has to be done. Theories revise, read your highlighted part, concepts, and then solve the MCQs and read the explanation of the MCQs. Through that, many of the concepts you will get cleared. Okay, read the explanation of the MCQs. Many of the concepts will get more clearer with the explanation. Now coming to the next part, pension sector of India and world. So for this we have provided you 5.5 hours, because you can see that the syllabus is not as vast as the other many of the subjects like your economics or data analytics and such. So here 5.5 hours, maybe you might do this revision in 2 or 3 hours only, so rest of the time you can invest in the more difficult subjects that you consider as per your weakness or the strength. Okay, so here also solve the MCQs, revise. Here mostly theoretical part is there, so do revise. Okay, now coming to the next part, that is mock test. So like for phase 1 we have said that at least give 5 mock tests. Similarly for phase 2 also give at least 5 mock tests. Now when we talk about the mock test, the phase 1 and the phase 2 are on the same day, so at least 3 mock tests should be given for phase 1 and phase 2 simultaneously. Sorry, one after one, we can say. So first give the mock test for phase 1, so you will be getting 90 minutes for the mock test. Then the second mock test of phase 2 you will be getting 100 minutes for that. Okay, so first give the mock test for phase 1, and then after the phase 1 is finished, after that do give the mock test for the phase 2, so that you can see or you can get the exam level experience, because mock test provide you the exam level experience, right? So at least do 3 mock tests together, like mock test of phase 1 and phase 2 together. The rest of the 2 mock tests, because in the starting you are just becoming habitual of reading the questions, answering the question. So 2 mock tests you can give on separate days for phase 1, phase 2 on the separate days, but at least 3 mock tests you should give together. Okay, phase 1 and phase 2, because that is how your exam will be conducted. Now, before going forward or before ending this session, let me show you uh, the EduTap's website. That is, if you type edutap.in and you go to EduTap's website, you can go to the courses section. So here NPS grade A and grade B courses. So how you are going to solve so many of the MCQs, how you are going to revise through the MCQs. So for that, EduTap has brought for you the phase 1 plus phase 2 test series as well as the phase 2 test series. So let's say you are very good in reasoning, quant, English and such subjects, so you do not require, let's say, phase 1 test series, so you can get the phase 2 test series separately. So there is the difference in the price, as well as in both of these you are getting 70% off. That is the maximum off that is going on. So you can get the test series to solve more and more questions for your revision, for your analysis about your weakness and the strength and the mistakes that you are making. So you can get the test series, as well as, let's say, you have never studied data analytics, statistics, or you want to revise those new subjects. So for the additional subjects we have brought the separate course for only the additional subjects. Let's say you have already prepared for RBI and SEBI, so you have those courses, you have the uh, other part of the syllabus, but for additional subjects you can get these course. Okay, that is separately provided. So you just have to go to edutap.in, to the website of EduTap, and you can see in the courses section the different courses provided by EduTap. Okay, so this is it for today. I hope you got some value addition in today's session. So just sir, thank you everyone.
So thank you so much everyone for watching the video till the end, and I hope this study plan would make a big effect on your preparation. And yes, as I always say, that try to optimize it based on your own strength and weakness. And that is it from our end. So thank you so much and all the best for your exam.